Hey guys,
I'm Jerry.
I'm Sierra,
We're ladies.
and we tangent.
What's up, everyone?
Hello.
How we doing?
How are we doing? I'm not doing well.
I'm doing okay.
Are you?
I'm tired.
Yeah, today
I'm
was.
tired.
Well, I'll tell you why I'm not doing well.
Okay.
I had two things happen today that were aggressive to my body.
Yeah?
So first, I thought how nice it would be because it was a decent day for me and Noah to go swimming. He swam for like 30 minutes and then got cold and went inside, and I was like, cool. But we bought these cute little, just throw that out there, these little cup things so you can bring cups into the pool.
Are they like floaties for cups?
Sort of, but they don't float around. You clip them to the sides of your pool.
Oh,
You know,
okay,
'cause
okay,
I got
okay.
that above ground bullshit.
Well, I've seen like life rafts for drinks.
I think those
And
are
I'm like,
cool.
yeah, but they're risky business.
You think?
one-
Well, if the drink spills.
Well, yeah, one like little wave in the pool
That's
and
true.
your drink is tipped. It's like cute.
I
but-
just bring water into the pool.
Oh, yeah, not
like
functional.
ice water.
Well, I
so-
don't care if it goes into the pool. I'm thirsty.
Oh yeah,
That's
You're
my
like,
concern.
Hello.
Is like I don't want to have to get out and get another drink.
That's fair. They do have floating
I
coolers.
pee in pools, so like I don't care about.
Please don't ever pee in my pool. It's so small.
Okay, sure, I won't.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
It's just that's a lot. If there was more space, I would tell you
There's
go for
so
it.
much chlorine.
Well, that's true.
don't
Until I forget to put the chlorine in.
Fair enough.
There are floating coolers. Have you seen those?
Why are you whispering?
I don't know because I thought it was cool. Oh,
And when I think things are cool, I whisper.
I have to whisper. I just went to touch my one ring here.
No,
I had
it's
to
not
take
there.
it off because I'm getting sausage fingers.
Oh, fair enough.
This one was tighter than this one, and
Yeah.
I woke up this morning and it was completely swollen. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
well, it's that time.
yeah,
It's that point in your pregnancy and the heat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was clipping the things on, and it just when I clipped the one, it was like, "Meh," and my finger got stuck underneath, it pinched the
Ow.
freaking skin, just was like, and I was like, ooh, and then I'm like, ugh, that's gonna bleed.
Mommy hurts.
Mommy doesn't feel too good. And when I looked,
Mommy, ow.
when I looked down, it was like gushing blood. It looked like somebody had just like, you know. And I was like, this is fine, no big deal. It really doesn't hurt that bad. But then my body took over, and I was like, no, I'm gonna pass out right now. So I made it to my lawn chair in the middle of the yard, my big pregnant ass, and I was like, I'll just take a small nap here.
What is that
Second.
like?
It's awful. It's
I don't,
awful.
because like you said, Noah lost 2 of his teeth.
I was going to talk about that too. He does the same thing.
Yeah.
That poor sweet baby. Well, so he came outside. And he
Oh my
was
God,
like,
if anyone is listening to this now and we're talking about blood and it's making you woozy, if you're driving, please pull over.
Yeah,
So
please.
many of you have told us that you've almost wrecked listening to us. It's not worth it.
it's not worth it. We're not
on
worth
your-
it.
We're not on your insurance.
Yeah, so we have hemophobia, which is like a legitimate, if we see blood, we can't help the reaction.
What
that our body
happened to you
has.
in a past life that
I don't
that's a fear
know.
of yours?
I don't even know that it's even a fear because here's the thing that's weird. It only does it with my blood and certain other, but like when it happens to Noah,
It's
if
only
Noah's
O positive
bleeding,
blood.
maybe. Well, like if my son is bleeding, my mama bear mode kicks in, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I gotta save you. So like I'll catch his blood into
Yeah.
my bare hands. My
Yeah.
bare hands.
Your mama bear hands.
But
My paws, if you will.
so he came and got me some ice water because he's like, Mom, is your blood sugar low? I click like.
Well, water's not going to fix it, you stupid idiot. No, no kidding.
No, well, he actually offered me pop first.
Oh, okay.
I asked for the water because
Yeah.
I was like, no, I just need some water. I need to be able to. He helped me hobble inside, and then I went in and took like a 2-hour nap because when that happens to me, it like drains my energy.
Yeah.
Same with Noah. So I have to sleep. So then for the rest of the day, you just feel yucky because you've like almost passed out
Yeah.
or passed out completely, and it's just a piece of shit. Speaking of shit, that's my second reason why today sucks.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Have you ever taken, first of all, thank you for everybody who commented on my bowel movements or like privately messaged me about constipation. I really appreciate it. I should today. You're welcome. I told Corey, I was like, this is what I love. I remember having boyfriends and I'm like, I can't even fart in front of you. And when he answers the phone now,
Yeah.
like when we're away, I'll be like, so I haven't shit in Like that's our first conversation.
Yeah.
He's like, did you shit today?
Well, he is a
No.
nurse.
I know. And it's helpful.
I mean, no one's supposed to know what he does.
I mean, he doesn't have a career, no
Yeah.
career affiliation.
Yeah.
But today, have you ever had a shit so intense that you have to get naked while you're shitting?
Yes.
Because that's what happened to me.
Yes.
I was like full on sweating, and I'm like, I have to get fully naked. And then there were parts where it was like there was a what's that called? An intermission.
Oh, in between? Yeah.
Where there's more, but it's not coming yet.
Yeah.
I would crawl onto the floor and just lay in the fetal position.
Oh my God.
That's how bad it hurt.
Did I ever tell you about, or did you hear this? There was a rumor about a girl in high school. Well, I think we were in middle school when I heard this rumor. By the way, rumors about kids are bad.
Yeah. Let's just say that.
I'm not saying this rumor to perpetuate another rumor. This story just reminded me because I did confront the girl about the rumor.
Yeah.
Because I'm of the mind of like, can I just ask you to your fucking face if this is a real thing? Because this seems bizarre as hell. And normally...
And I'm curious. I'm a child.
Yeah. So anyway, I'd like to hear it right from the person. Yes or no, confirm, deny.
That's a good way to be.
So I went up to this person and I said, hey, is it true that you only poop naked? And she was like, excuse me? And I said, there's a rumor about you that you only poop naked. And she's like, and what would happen if I was in public? I just stripped down in a public stall. I'm like, I don't know your
That's
business.
why we're asking.
I would like to know.
I'm curious.
So I can tell people yes or no, that's not true. And she was like, no, that's not true.
Wow. But that's honestly, as far as rumors go, it's not so bad.
No, I'm sure it wasn't the worst that she's ever gotten. But
What a bizarre. Who made that up? And
I
why?
don't know.
But maybe one time she had the poop sweats and someone walked in.
Maybe.
And they were like, uh-oh.
Maybe. And that's what it was. Someone was like, yeah, you know, so-and-so, she can only poop naked. And I'm like, wow. And then I got to thinking, like, is there something to that?
Yeah. It really is more comfortable. I felt less constricted.
Oh, yeah.
First thing I did was take off my bra. And then I was like, no, this shirt's too hot, too.
I couldn't wear, when I was pregnant with Ollie, I could not wear bras.
Yeah.
It was painful.
Yep.
It was like my stomach was in my rib cage.
Yeah.
Well, is it always in your rib cage? I don't know where the fuck my stomach is right now. But it felt like it was
up in there.
Yeah, and it felt like it was being, you know, like I had a belt on it every time I put my bra on.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if people who have, well, obviously people who have not been pregnant or have children don't understand this, but like, you're getting kicked while you're taking a shit from the inside.
Yeah.
And she was like going ham because
could you help?
There
if
was
you're in there. Could you like squeeze her down, help it along, or no?
Help me out. I'm assuming she was going crazy because it was making a lot of noises, and I'm sure that was
I
so
can't
loud.
imagine.
Yeah. So she was like, bah. And I was like, hey, I fucking get it, but like also
chill
out because I'm trying to focus on not dying while I'm having this bowel movement.
Yeah.
So that's been my day. It's been kind of a rough one.
Yeah.
And then I said to Corey, 'cause he was like, are you going to be okay in there? I was like, I feel like I'm going to pass out. And he's like, you got to fucking work on like passing out all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's not fun for me either.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't pass out over everything.
I've only ever passed out once in my life.
Oh my God, I pass out all the time.
That's why I look at you like, what's wrong with you? Because like that's a concerning thing that you just like drop.
It really is.
Pretty consistently.
And it's scary because you know what? Like when I wake up, I'm like, what happened? And also, who saw what? Because sometimes body parts of mine have fallen out.
Yeah.
That's
a thing.
Yeah. One time I did it at work and my whole apron fell into the toilet.
Oh no.
It was real. My
That's
phone was in there. My all my money.
Yikes.
It was very upsetting. So
that is upsetting. My day was fine.
Oh yeah, what did you do?
Well, I got all of my work done yesterday, so I had like a pretty chill-ish day.
Oh, don't
I started
you love that?
reorganizing my it doesn't happen very often. I started reorganizing my pantry. We got if any of you have dreams of like or having a pantry where everything is like in clear containers and you can see everything and it's just organized and beautiful.
Yes.
Amazon had like relatively affordable containers.
Ooh.
And we bought some. We got some for the fridge. And for nothing has made me feel bougier than having a container to put my eggs in.
Oh, you snappy bitch. Oh, snappy, snazzy, snazzy.
Snappy, snazzy, snapper turtle.
You know that's like a good thing for people with ADHD too.
Is it?
Because you have something called something displacement or something maybe.
If I can't see it with my eyes, it doesn't exist.
Then it doesn't exist. Yes.
Yeah.
So like so much of my food will go bad.
Yep.
Because if I open my fridge, even if it's in like an egg container, if I can't immediately see it.
We really aren't good with object permanence.
No. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Object permanence. Yeah. So it's pretty bad.
Well, and we have so many like boxes of like snacky stuff for the kids that like when we look in there, we end up buying 6 of the same thing because we can't see it. So now I have like my cereals in one, the pasta's in one. We have these like long containers that we put all the granola bars in. So like it's space saving and also it's just like nice for my eyes.
Visually appealing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So I did that a little bit today, but I'm also terrible at organizing. Mm-hmm. So like I put stuff together that probably shouldn't go together. It's easy when it's just like all these crackers in one thing. Like,
right.
Okay, that makes sense. But when I have like a bunch of different crackers and applesauce and 2 random bags of small packages of cereal that I know we're never going to eat. I just put all of them in one.
Yeah.
This is just I don't know why this is in here, but I have a problem throwing stuff away bin.
But maybe, because it's food and you don't want to be wasteful.
Yeah.
I totally
And eventually I'm
understand
going to try and give it to my kids. And then when they throw it on the ground, I'll throw it away then.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like someday if I ever get to a point where I have like just so much money, I'll pay someone to do shit like that. Like just organize my shit because I think that's what
is so fun, isn't
it? I just think that's what my life needs, but I can't do it. Mm-mm. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and then it just comes.
Well, that's why I didn't try and do the fridge because that stresses me out.
Yeah,
but I am actually leaving for Indiana tomorrow, so I'm trying to get stuff done. And one of my problems that I believe is linked to my ADHD, but also probably my anxiety, is I'm really bad with time management. Mm-hmm. And I will hyper fixate on something that I absolutely don't fucking need to do at all.
Yep.
And it's like that I spent so much time organizing the pantry. For why? I didn't pack anything. The laundry's not done.
Yeah.
My cards aren't cleared off. Like I now am going to have to do so much fucking work.
Yep.
In the time I could have just done it instead of doing the pantry.
Yeah, but you're like, look at what I did. Look how accomplished I am.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I understand that. I do that literally all the time.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating because I'm like, oh shit, but I should have been doing this. But look at what I did over here.
Uh-huh. That happens to me almost every day before a wedding. I will get ready early because I know I usually leave with a little extra time so I can stop and get food on the way because I won't eat from like noon until 7 p.m.
Right.
So I have the intent to stop. But then for some fucking reason, I look at the clock and I'm like, I don't need to do anything right now. And then I'm scrambling and I punch in the address as soon as I get into my car and I'm like, and now I don't get to stop anywhere to eat.
And now I'm late. Great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. But anyway, that's just a problem that I know that I have, but don't do anything about.
Yeah.
Per everything else in my life.
I mean, same.
Per usual.
But what are we supposed to do? Huh?
I don't know.
Not have a meltdown illness? I fucking wish.
Yeah. I think you were saying not have a meltdown.
Well, those two.
I know.
Not have a melt sandwich.
That happened yesterday.
Sorry, I'm so
my
hungry.
cousin and her fiance came over. I was making up their timeline because they're getting married next week or this week. This comes out on Tuesday.
Oh, exciting.
And I knew they were on their way, but Forrest received a package And
I love that sentence.
I know.
Like he ordered it.
Well, I've been telling the kids that they got mail. So like whenever we get mail,
Yeah.
it's a lot of junk mail. And so I'm like, Ollie, you got mail. And he goes, Ollie got mail. And then he just like shreds the mail. And I'm like, that's fine.
Great.
I don't care. But Forrest received a package and it was a walker. And so like instead of telling myself, Forrest has to go down for a nap anyway, we'll deal with this later. Don't worry about this right now. I decided to put it together, and it was 1,000 pieces.
Oh no!
And I had one tiny screwdriver trying to put everything together. They ended up getting there. Gabby ended up finishing putting it together
She's
for
like,
me.
Give it to me.
Because Forrest just kept like puking, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't deal with you and put your walker together. And I'm supposed to be. They were literally there for like 15 minutes before I even like addressed them. I was like, I'm so sorry, I can't stop what I'm doing right now. So I shouldn't have started this. That's my fault, but either way, this is the way it is right now.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so I need to preface this before we get into any topic that we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Also, do you have anything else?
No, I'm just anyone. This comes out on Tuesday, so any of our Indiana people. I was in Indiana.
Maybe you saw her. Ooh.
Were you at the wedding that I was shooting? Hello,
So
anyone?
exciting.
Maybe not. I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah, that's all I have is I'm just like kicking myself for not properly prepping again.
Yeah.
For this. I mean, I'm ready for the wedding. I'm not ready to drive 6 hours.
Oh my God. Ugh.
I know.
When I think about sitting for that long, it just makes me want to.
I know. Yeah, keep telling me how bad it is.
I'm so
knowing
sorry.
I have to do it.
Well, it's because I don't like this pressure on me, so I
Yeah.
like to just either be laying or standing. Actually, is better than sitting sometimes.
Yeah.
I think it's also on my butthole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Hemorrhoids. What I was gonna say is, if you're listening right now and you have small ears around you,
Oh, yeah.
don't listen around them, because I'm giving you this warning and I am giving you enough time.
Because the contents of this conversation will include magic
Yeah, and traditions that we have.
that,
Yeah, maybe we don't want to ruin that surprise for your children.
Yeah.
So this is us giving you ample time.
Yeah.
Shut it off. Don't yell at us.
Unless you are people who don't do these things, in which case,
Yeah, then okay.
who cares?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because
I'm one of those people.
And you don't
Don't what?
do these things. Okay, well
No.
I'm going to slide right
Yeah.
into it. The reason why I wanted to start with this one was because, my son lost 2 teeth this week.
Mm-hmm.
He has lost, I think we're at like 6 or 7 now. Every single one of them has been at my house. And now that's interesting because me and his dad have shared custody. So we do like week to week kind
Yeah.
of thing. So the fact that they've all been at my house.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that I can't handle blood and neither can he, and so we're both just like laying on the floor, passed out
Covered
every
in
time
teeth.
he loses. Yes, it is upsetting. But because of that, yesterday, when he lost his second one in a row, he was like, "Mom, this is so funny that I keep losing them at your house. I'm just gonna call you the Tooth Fairy." And I was like, "What?" That's so funny, buddy.
Well, you do.
But so then we started talking about traditions, and everybody has wanted us to get back into not everybody, some people really love the games and the
Yeah.
intense ones we do,
Yeah.
but some people were like, "Oh, I loved how you were like, what made us decide
Yeah.
to be this way in society?" So we wanted to get back to
This is
a
a
little
throwback to one of our, like, how we used to be. Like, our
Yeah.
beginning.
early days.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
front half of our catalog,
Yeah.
if you will.
So I think I'm going to start off with the Tooth Fairy.
Okay. Yeah.
Tooth man, tooth man, tooth.
Tooth man, tooth. Do you remember like losing any of your teeth specifically?
Yes. I
Which?
remember one at my mom's best friend's house. I don't remember which tooth it was. I think it was a front one. The only reason I remember it is because I was so excited and I lost it. Actually, now that I'm thinking, I'm remembering more teeth that I lost. But I was so excited and I was holding it in my hand and I had gotten my face all cleaned off. And she's like, literally my mom had just said, do not lose that. You got to put it under your pillow tonight. And I tripped and it flew out of my hand and went down the vent.
Oh, I had that happen to me one time too. Did you write a letter?
Yes, because I had to.
Yeah.
She was like, just write a letter and she'll
Explaining
understand.
what happened.
Yes.
Yeah. My parents were remodeling the steps from our like main level to the upstairs.
I think I remember when this happened to
They
you.
were open.
Yeah.
So like we could have fallen through, really.
That's really scary.
But yeah, I dropped my tooth down there. I don't remember. I think it was just one tooth. But the most memorable tooth losing situation was my dad was getting us out of the bath and he hit my mouth and knocked both of my front teeth out.
Oh my God.
So I told people that my dad knocked my front teeth out, but like it was a complete and total accident.
Yeah, and they were probably loose, I'm sure.
Oh,
because
yeah.
It's very hard to get teeth out. Even when they're loose, like, ugh.
I messed with, there was nothing better to me than just clicking a tooth in and out.
It makes me want to throw up because Noah does it. And I'm like, no, if you don't fucking stop doing it.
I can feel my gums tingling, like just talking about it.
Teeth
but
hurt
like
me.
mine never bled that bad.
Oh my God. Mine were bleeders and Noah's are bleeders. Like bad. Although my aunt was really obsessed with pulling teeth. She would always be like
popping zits, but with pulling teeth.
Yeah, she would be like, you got a loose one, get over here. She'd have a wet washcloth already. So she'd just twist it and it would pop right out.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh no. No.
But it was perfect because then the washcloth was
My
right
gums
there.
feel so weird.
I'm sorry, everybody who has tooth issues. But so then she'd put the washcloth right up against it and it was instantly cold and it would stop the bleeding almost immediately.
Yeah.
It was
And
like such a smart.
she'd just hold the tooth up and be like, another one.
She would
Flick it into her pocket and then walk away whistling.
We went
Like
to
a
her
weirdo.
We went to her house. She's our babysitter, and every time she'd be like, "What, you got another loose tooth? Come here." I'm like, "Stop!"
Oh my gosh.
But she said that I think one time she said it was because one of her kids like bit into something and then it ended up losing it and then swallowing it, and it was like super traumatic. She was just like, "So if you have it, don't even worry about it. I'll just get it out for you."
Yeah.
I was like, you are really into this a little more than you should be, but it's fine.
Did I ever tell you? I know you haven't said anything about this yet, but I keep remembering other teeth stories.
Oh, please. That's what we're here for. We give you equal parts tangents, equal parts history.
Teeth. Tangents and teeth. That's this episode. It's not just the tooth fairy, but this is just one of them. Mm-hmm. But I remember losing a tooth and then not telling my parents.
Oh, you were gonna fucking trick them.
Yeah.
That's
and then
smart.
I put it under the pillow and then I woke up the next day and there was still a fucking tooth under my pillow and I was like, oh my God. But then I also, being just sweet little naive Jerry, was like, maybe she was really busy last night. I'll give it another chance.
Did you tell your parents then?
I have no idea. Maybe because I wanted money.
Yeah, you were like in the back of your mind.
I can either be right or I can be rich. Okay.
I'm choosing to be rich.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna. That's what I said. I was telling Corey because I'm like, Noah's at the age where if he comes up to me this year, I'm not lying to him if he asks about any of them. I'm just gonna be straight up and tell him like, yep. Whatever. Let's sit
these
down
mystical creatures that happen upon our home and leave you things.
Yeah, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Because he's asked before in the past, but he's also been young and he's had a younger brother, and I didn't want to be the one to ruin it, and then him tell his younger brother, and then his dad gets mad at me, and it's a whole big friggin' thing. So I was always like, I made up some, how everybody does. And but this year I'm like, I just can't. And then a part of me is like, I kind of hope it happens because this fucking shit. Like, I'm the one giving all the money. He's losing them all at my house. It's ridiculous.
Expensive.
And the amount that people in America or wherever, they said it was an average of $370. That's such a specific average. So I'm sure it's like that's an average number.
Like $2 and $5.
Probably, yeah. But $370 per tooth on average I still give him $1. Who are you that are doing that? Hey, hello, is it you? Because we need to have words. Why are you giving your kids so much fucking money for their teeth?
I think I got a 20 when my dad knocked my teeth out, but that's guilt money.
You 2 for 1.
Yeah.
That was important.
He was like, those big guys are worth a little bit more.
Well, I think I gave him like 5 for his first one. No, I don't even think I did. Maybe 2.
I think I got quarters.
Yeah, well, we did.
Maybe $1.
Yeah, we got quarters.
But I wonder how common it is around
Inflation
the world.
is ridiculous. Well,
are you going to tell me?
It started in Europe. So, I mean, maybe they still do it there. But I don't know about how it is today.
People
so let us know.
from not America, you guys, I love when you interact with us and tell us like your personal experience from your location.
Mm-hmm.
Share that with us, please and thanks.
Yes. Okay, so it starts in Northern Europe. It was like a Norse tradition.
Okay.
I think I'm good. Oh. Okay. Did I make your nose itch talking about sneezing? It's like, okay.
Oh my gosh, my cousin Erica Mario Kart Erica, she used to do this. And then like circle
I hate the noise that
it makes a noise, but it feels like painful.
Yeah.
When I just tried to do that. Baby girl, does that hurt? I never asked.
So this is the tradition they had that is the first like written recording of.
Okay.
It's called the tradition of tand fey. This is Norse, so I could be fucking way off.
Okay.
It's TAND/FE with a thing over it.
Okay.
It's called
accent.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say, but I almost said indent, and I was like, no, that's not right. And so I'm not even.
Well, I almost said umlaut, but I know that that's the dots in
Thank
German.
You.
Yeah.
I was gonna have a real McMahon issue, and I couldn't deal with that. That translates to the tooth fee, and it was paid when a child loses their first tooth.
Oh, the tooth. You said tooth fee, and I'm like, who's fee? But I get it. Like
it's the fee,
like
of,
a toll.
Yeah. It said that the children's teeth and other articles belonging to children brought good luck in battle. So,
in battle?
In battle. So Scandinavian warriors would hang children's teeth on a string around their necks before battle.
That just gave me chills and makes me so fucking uncomfortable.
It's so bad. But
Ew.
so they would pay children for their teeth.
No,
so
absolutely. They're like, hey, ew, could you imagine a soldier just like getting down like real close to little Timmy,
hey,
and he's
little
like,
kid, give me your teeth.
That one looks real loose. Do you want me to die in battle, Timmy? Give me your tooth.
If you don't give me your tiny baby teeth, I will fucking perish.
He just punches him in the mouth.
I need these. You're going to grow more. Don't be selfish.
It just like falls out.
Ting, 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 ting.
Yeah,
perfect.
Like he just put a quarter in and spun it for a bunch of chiclets.
Yes. Let's see. This said, according to the same survey that said the average of how much teeth, this says only 3% of children find $1 or less, and 8% find a $5 bill or more under their pillow. So we're in a real like above $1, below $5 situation, which is good because why are you giving your children $5 bills? They go to school and they tell other kids, and then the other kids wonder why the tooth fairy hates them. So stop doing that shit. Okay.
I say just get rid of it altogether.
Me too, honestly, because it's stressful and there's no reason for it.
Yeah, what is the point?
Well,
because like, is it magic? Like truly.
I don't like it. I don't like
the
tooth fairy. I think the tooth fairy is the one I like the least because there's no holiday surrounding it. Why are we celebrating kids? Like, I think Noah gets more excited about losing his tooth.
Yeah.
Like, you heard him. I think I was on Marco Polo when he ran downstairs.
Yeah.
He was like, my tooth!
Mm-hmm.
He's so excited when it finally pops out and then literally doesn't give a shit in the morning. I'm like, hey, did you see the tooth fairy left you money? And he's like, cool. And I just have a fucking nightstand full of dead teeth.
Do you seriously?
Well, I haven't thrown them away yet because he's been at my house and I don't know what to do. What do you do with your children's teeth? It's so
you send
weird.
them to Scandinavian warriors.
I'm going to make my own necklace for when I'm in labor because that's a battle.
If you fucking wear your son's teeth, I cannot speak to you anymore. I can't.
Okay.
I
that's
draw
fair.
a line there. I just am having flashbacks to when I found all of our teeth in my mom's bathroom.
I did too. Why did we all have that moment where we found our fucking baby teeth? And we're like, why did you keep these? You
Yes.
fucking weirdos. And now I'm not weirdo. At least my mom put it in like a plastic bag. I just have them like free floating in my dresser.
What do you do with them? Though, if anyone doesn't do the tooth fairy or like has successfully discarded of teeth, what do you do?
You just throw them away? Well, it was said.
Someone makes art with them. I know it.
Oh, yeah, for
I
sure.
appreciate your art, but it makes me uncomfortable.
Have you ever went to an oddities like fair?
No.
There's a lot of fucking teeth there.
You
Adult
talked-
teeth, baby teeth.
You talked about what was it? The murder museum?
Yeah. I think it was just a murder
Oh,
museum.
no, you said dead bodies.
Dead body exhibit.
Yeah. The murder musium.
There is a murder museum. There's like a
of course
serial
there
killer fucking museum, which
Okay.
is that makes me feel yucky, but whatever. So there's a bunch of superstitions around children's teeth then during the Middle Ages. So this kind of goes more with also the tooth fairy. So in England, children were told they had to burn their baby teeth in order to save the child hardship in the afterlife. Children who didn't co-sign their baby teeth to the fire would spend eternity searching for their teeth in the afterlife.
Oh my God. Is that why I have dreams where my teeth are just falling out of my mouth?
I have so many dreams about my teeth falling out. I think we talked about that on the dream
Yeah, it's a
episode.
stress dream.
Yeah. And there's like a reason why.
Yeah.
But I have dreams constantly about my teeth falling out.
I hate that. It's
But they're
because
never
we
my
didn't
baby teeth.
we didn't burn them.
No, my mom probably still has them somewhere.
Mom.
She's kind of a hoarder.
Oh my God.
The Vikings would pay children for their teeth. It doesn't say why.
I find it so fucking weird that adults of like not the parents of the children, just
Like other
random adults
like warriors would be like,
are paying
"Come here,
children for their
kiddos,
teeth.
give me your teeth.
Yes. Does this make any of you who do the tooth fairy feel weird now about what you're doing?
Have you ever?
Do you feel weird?
Yes. Have you ever looked at a child's tooth after it's been out? I've like really stared into his teeth.
I love staring at stuff like that, like
Yeah.
staring at scabs.
Things that you don't normally see up close. So I like
Yeah.
really was looking on the inside of the tooth. It fucking is gross. First of all, my kid needs to brush better.
Yeah.
But like, it's interesting. You could see where like things were hooked.
I was thinking about teeth the other day and
don't
how
like
like
teeth.
the part of your teeth that I can see is not the entirety of the tooth, and that makes me uncomfortable. Like there's another part of it into your gums.
Have you ever had a tooth extracted? That was
No.
one of those. So I had one of my fangs.
Yeah.
It was like a baby tooth fang, but it
Yeah.
was a fang. I don't even want to say it was a baby tooth because this fucker was huge. But they took it out, and I'm not shitting you. It was like that big.
That's like an inch.
My mom also kept that one.
Well, that's impressive.
Well, yeah,
That should go on a neck. If anything's gonna protect me in battle, it's that one.
My dentist gave her like a full-on case
Yes.
with foam, and he was like, "Here you go." It
Yes.
was like, why?
Wait, have I had a tooth extracted? Because this is a memory that's coming back. It is blue foam.
Yes,
And it's a clear little case.
and it's shaped like a tooth.
Oh, mine
Mine
wasn't.
was.
Mine was shaped like a box.
Oh.
I think I put earrings in it later, which I don't know. Yeah, I don't
But
know.
also, whatever.
Yeah.
What are they? What's whatever. Fear of witches was another reason to bury or burn teeth. In medieval Europe, it was thought that if a witch were to get a hold of someone's teeth, it could lead them to having total power over them.
Fair enough.
Sure. Okay, I think
You know what? I submit myself to you. Maybe I shouldn't go on record saying that. I believe in witches.
I know. Well,
I revoke it.
yeah. You don't have any of your baby teeth anymore, do you?
Well, they know where my mom is.
Oh, do they? How?
I don't know. Because they're witches.
Oh, so this has a little bit of. It says belief in the tooth fairy is. This was a part I didn't look at before.
Where's this
so
from?
Wikipedia.
Okay.
I was going to give the things
Yeah.
at the end of all of them. So this says belief in the tooth fairy is viewed in two very different ways. On the one hand, children believing is seen as a part of the trusting nature of childhood, but conversely, belief in the tooth fairy is frequently used to label adults as being too trusting and ready to believe anything.
What?
Parents tend to view the myth as providing comfort for children in the loss of their tooth. Comfort?
But,
Why
like-
are kids don't give a fuck about their
I
teeth.
know.
We don't care. But maybe we don't care because we know we're going to get money.
No,
No, I've never given a shit about my teeth. You can knock out one of these bad boys right now. I don't give a fuck.
I talked about last week. I was getting new ones.
I was gonna say,
that was on the exclusive episode. Sorry, guys.
But then I went home and talked to Corey, and he was like, "Again, if we ever get a lot of money, this is just something that we talk about. We always have like a, hey, if we win the lottery, what are we gonna do with it?
Everyone has a if we win the lottery conversation.
Yeah, and both of ours, like the first thing we're like, so we're getting straight veneers, right? We're like getting all new teeth.
If you both show up with identical smiles, I can't.
We will. We want all new teeth.
Yeah.
So and then how much am I going to get for these bad boys? I'm going to wear my own teeth around my neck.
Veneers go over your teeth, I thought. They don't take your teeth out.
Oh, word?
I don't know.
I think they should take mine out. I got some crooked bitches on the bottom.
You would let them take all of your teeth out?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my God. Oh my God. You would let them take your teeth out?
You don't have to worry about cavities or anything anymore.
But what happens if the veneers fuck up and I just imagine them coming out and you have no teeth?
Well, I think they like drill them in.
You're telling me you're that unsatisfied with your mouth that you will have them rip your teeth out and drill new ones in?
Yeah, I have a real big insecurity about these bad boys.
Oh my God.
Or I could just get dentures. Why not?
Oh my God. I have no, maybe I have a fear of aging. I don't have a problem. You know what it is? It's because I used to walk into the living room at my grandma's house and my grandpa would just be popping those bitches in and out of his mouth. And I was like, no. Quit it.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely would want something like that's permanent, but if I couldn't get one, I don't know. I really just hate my teeth that much. Like, I don't like them at all. They're my biggest insecurity.
I feel like I have insecurities, but at the same time, I'm just like, eh.
Well, I kind of am like that now just because I can't do anything about it. But if I had the funds, I would do something about it because I think about it all the time. And it makes me sad because when then me and Dave were talking about Noah's teeth coming out. And we're like, yeah, we're so excited. But Dave was like, we seriously have to like start talking about braces because that boy's got some big honking teeth coming in. And hello, he gets them from me. And I was like, yeah, I will pay any amount of money for that, him to not have to be upset or ashamed when he smiles. Because that's how I felt. I felt like I could never smile because I hated my crooked teeth. And then I got braces. And then they fucking went back to being crooked.
I know, same. Same.
Freaking ass. So it says...
They don't tell you when you get braces that you have to wear, like, your retainers for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah, they don't fucking... So then when you're in your 20s and you stop... And then your teeth just go, and you're like, excuse me, what the fuck?
You know what? I, one time, thought my mom was going to punch me in the face because I was being such a baby back bitch about my braces and how much, like, how painful they were.
They're terrible pain.
She was like, you have an appointment this coming week to go get them adjusted. They're going to be tightened. And I was like crying that I didn't want to go because it hurts so bad. And she was so like,
because then you finally get to the point where you can eat without sobbing and then they want to fucking tighten them again. You son of a bitch.
And that's when she was like, well, do you want to have crooked teeth? Do you want them to just take these off and then you have crooked teeth? And I go, you have crooked teeth? And your life is fine. And she stared inches from my face. And I was like,
that was the wrong thing to say.
This is the last thing I'll ever see. This moment, you being as pissed as you are right now. She said nothing and then walked away. And I was like, wow. I'm going to pay for that my later. Braces tightened 1,000 times if I could take back that moment.
That's terrible.
I know.
I've seen your mom give that look too. It's scary as fuck. It's not good.
Every mom's got that look.
Yep. So this says parents tend to view the myth as providing... I said that part. Research finds that belief in the tooth fairy may provide such comfort to a child experiencing fear or pain from losing their teeth. Mothers seem to value a child's belief as a sign that their baby is still a child and not growing up too soon.
See, that's the part I don't like. It's not about you. Yeah. It's not about you. What you did is you lied to your kid.
Yeah.
And you made them believe in something. They trusted you.
By encouraging belief in a fictional character, parents allow themselves to be comforted that their child still believes in fantasy and is not yet grown up. Why don't you just come right at me, you fucking...
I know.
but it's so nice.
Yeah, well.
Author Vicky Lansky advises parents to tell their children early that the tooth fairy pays a whole lot more for a perfect tooth than for a decayed one. I thought she was gonna say don't tell them about the tooth fairy.
No, she was like really manipulate the shit out of them.
You're going According to Lansky, some families leave a note with the payment praising the child for good dental habits. Yeah.
How about just encourage them to have good dental habits?
Research findings suggest a possible relationship between a child's continued belief in the tooth fairy and false memory syndrome. Uh-oh. I don't know what that means, and we're not going to get into it.
False memory syndrome.
All right, I'll look that up.
Bookmark that for a later date.
Hold on, I'm going to give you just the quick notes version.
Oh, okay.
It's a condition in which a person's identity and relationships are affected by false memories, recollections that are factually incorrect yet strongly believed.
Yikes.
Okay, so that's maybe why these fictional characters aren't such a good thing.
Part of me wonders how you prove that that's a thing, though.
Great question.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's times where, like, I remember things.
Yeah, who's going to be the one to say it's false?
Right.
Well, I mean, if it's about the tooth fairy, then I guess we all know that it's false.
Oh, like a tooth fairy. I watched the tooth fairy fly into my room.
Because I'm not shitting you. I have a memory. Me and my sister have the same memory that we walked downstairs on Christmas morning one time and we saw Santa in a red suit putting things, but now I know that and my mom doesn't even own like any red robes or anything.
Yeah.
But we both know. And I remember going to elementary school and being like, he's real. I saw him.
Yeah.
And now, what the fuck happened to me? That was like a collective memory that if I close my eyes right now, I could see his ass. I can see Santa's ass in my face.
Yeah.
If I close my eyes and think about it. Why?
That's weird.
That's real weird.
That is weird.
I don't like it.
I can't explain that. But I know that I've had memories before that I'm certain of, and I express them aloud. And I've had people be like, that 100% absolutely didn't fucking happen. I'm like, but I know that it did. And vice versa. I've had, like the other day, my sister said to me that I did something. And I was like, I never did that. I would never do that. And she's like, yeah, you fucking did. And I was like, I don't remember that. That didn't happen. She goes, Jerry, I'm telling you it happened. And I was like,
That's
well, then I
happened to you
apologize.
with Chili's.
Yes.
Literally, and that was not even that long ago. That was when I first started
But I
dating
told
Corey.
you I remember it now.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
I literally said that last night. I said to you, I can picture different parts of it now.
Oh.
I remember texting you because I invited you guys.
Yep.
I remember sitting at the table and Noah had a blue drink.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember going to the mall.
Yeah. We didn't go to... We did?
Yes, before, because while we were waiting, we got a text in the mall that said we could come back. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, my God. I'm having false memories now. What the fuck?
Oh, fuck.
Very weird. Okay.
So is there more to the tooth fairy?
No, the tooth fairy. We're done with the tooth fairy.
Okay. I'm so hyper aware of my fucking side part right now.
Oh, because you're not used to having a side part.
No, I was a side part ass bitch for the majority of my life.
That's why I didn't. I was
But like I am super comfortable with my middle part, but I did my hair earlier and then we got caught in a torrential downpour and then I was like
really giving it to us right now.
I cannot be bothered
with the weather.
So it's going to the side because if it's in the middle right now, it's just it's bad news bears.
They both just like winged out. It was incredible. Very Farrah-Fawcett-y.
Was it?
But just your two bangs.
I know. Everything else was just like really flat. So I'm doing a side part.
Yeah.
Let's act like this was intentional, everyone.
Yeah, we meant to do this.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So our next thing we're going to talk about is the Easter Bunny. Because where the fuck did he come from and why?
Yeah, and why? Oh, when we were talking about this, we are mostly doing like stuff that's not necessarily attached to like a cultural thing.
Right,
because we
right.
don't want to be disrespectful in the sense of like judging other people's
cultures and
Yeah.
what they do, except for our own, which is like...
Now, I understand that Tooth Fairy did come from something else, but we're talking about
like why we do it, I guess.
Yeah, how it got here and how it got changed from being whatever the fuck it was to what it is now.
Sad because I can't really explain it. I guess it was one of those things that people were like, oh, if you pay your kids for their teeth, they won't be sad anymore.
Yeah, but like,
Weird.
I don't ever remember being sad.
No. Wait,
I remember being
was
greedy.
sad, but not over my teeth.
Yeah.
That was like the least of my worries.
Yeah.
Maybe it's for kids in good lives.
Could you imagine?
That's what they have to be sad about.
That might cure depression if you got paid every time you were sad. Like,
Oh
to
my
just make you
God.
happy.
Wait, no, I would just want to be sad more. That would
fair
make
enough.
my depression higher.
Reverse psychology.
I would be a rich bitch. No. Okay,
Sad
so
Bitch Island would be
it'd be lit.
beautiful.
I would be just Amazon sadly buying shit off Amazon, which I do anyways when I'm in a depression. Anytime I'm in a depressive mode, I'm like, what can I buy to make me feel better?
Yeah, I panic purchase all the time.
That'll make me feel better. Then it comes when I'm like lifting out of it, and I'm like, why the fuck did I buy this?
Yep.
And then it sits in my shelf unopened forever.
The bunch of organizational totes that you see upstairs.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So as with all Christian religion things that then have something attached to it, like
Christmas with Santa Claus
and the Easter Bunny, this is birthed from pagan traditions.
Yeah,
which are beautiful. I love it when that happens. And
the irony of it.
It's very ironic.
Yeah.
It's the exact origins are a little bit like clouded in mystery, but there are theories.
Clouded in mystery.
Clouded.
There's nothing I love more
than a little cloudy mystery. Cloudy with a chance of mystery.
I think I found our title.
I love it. One theory is that the symbol of the rabbit stems from a pagan tradition, which is the festival of Eostre?
Okay.
Eostre. You tell me how to pronounce that, people. But she was the goddess of fertility, whose animal symbol was a bunny, because bunnies are known for fucking.
Yeah.
And
speaking of bunnies.
what?
So we went to see Louise. My dog passed away. I don't know if I told you guys. I know I mentioned it on the exclusive
having a really
episode.
rough time.
I really am. I'm going through it this
Yeah.
season of life. But we found out last week that she, we found out like a month or so, maybe 2 months ago, that she had lymphoma and that she probably wasn't going to make it to the end of the year. And we just heard last week that she was most likely not going to make it through the week. And so we went to see her on Tuesday. So like we just laid with her on the floor. She's been living with my mother-in-law for the last year. So anyway, we were there with her, just trying to spend some quality time, give her lots of love. And we're leaving and we're just distraught. We're visibly distressed. And I hear what I thought was like a rock or a pop can. And then Ollie does this thing when he hears something where he just goes, sound. And that's him asking what the sound is. He'll go, what's that?
Yeah.
Sound. And I was like, I don't know. What was that? And Shane goes, it was a bunny. And I was like, oh no.
No.
He hit a bunny. He's like, I couldn't have stopped it. It ran out in front of me.
They're so fucking fast.
I know.
They're faster than squirrels.
I know. And so I didn't lie. I was like, oh, that was a bunny, honey. And he goes, where'd Funny go? Where'd Funny go? And I was like, the Funny's in heaven now. So the Funny's an angel.
Oh, funnies. There's nothing you could have done.
I know. But
It's very sad.
anyway, so fucking like rabbits.
So the Easter Bunny is dead.
Next
Are your
tradition.
kids around? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, and then there's also the fact that eggs are representative of new life, and it's believed that decorating eggs for Easter dates back to the 13th century, where churches had their congregations abstain from eggs during Lent, and then they would allow them to be consumed again on Easter. Why eggs? Who fucking knows?
I knew that you weren't supposed to eat meat during Lent, but that poses a funky question, doesn't it?
Yeah. Is eggs meat?
Yeah.
I guess technically it's a chicken.
It's pre-meat.
Baby. It's actually their ovulation, so it's like their period. And that's something for you to think about next time you have the scrambies. They're not fertilized.
So are they not meat then?
No, you're eating
Everyone's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And it's like, what? What is the egg?
The egg is a period.
Is it meat or is it not? I know it's protein.
Yeah.
But so is peanut butter, and that's not meat.
Legumes. Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Huh.
Good question. Look it up. And I'm probably wrong about that ovulation thing, but I did hear that somewhere. So
It makes sense.
yeah, they're not
'Cause that's
fertilized
what
because if
gets
they were
fertilized.
fertilized, then they would be.
How does an egg get fertilized?
Oh, what
Does
a
a
good question.
Chicken have like a little needle dick that it shoves up in there? Or does it...
The chicken does not fuck the egg. Don't you say that. That's not what happens at all.
What happens? Does it get fertilized before it creates the egg?
I don't know, because then why do
Like the shell
then
of
why
it?
do we have some unfertilized eggs? Oh, are the eggs that are unfertilized, they don't become chickens?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Well, but I mean, like, why are these fucking chickens laying so many eggs?
Because why do we have periods every month? Do they not have periods?
No,
They
chickens
just
don't
lay-
have periods.
Why are you acting like that's a stupid question? Dogs do.
I honestly, it's not a stupid question, and I could be wrong. Who's
What-
fucking the chickens? Roosters? Okay.
The cocks. But
So if they fuck, then we get multiple eggs that are fertilized, and they become chickens.
I think we're going to get eggs no matter what. I think it's
But are we going to get chicks?
no, only if they get fertilized. But do they get fertilized before they're an egg?
I can't wait for you fuckers. I gotta Google this after we're done with
Yeah.
this tonight, because this is gonna keep me up. Why have I never thought about this before?
I just imagined that a chicken had the egg inside of it ready to go, and then the rooster just has like just like into the egg. And then pulls it like it's
Give
a
you
needle.
life.
Yeah. And then I don't know. That
And then
doesn't
it
make
seals it back closed.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, nothing about creation and life makes any sense. How are we here? How is this thing inside of me?
I don't know.
Me neither.
I saw a TikTok and it was like Elon Musk talking about how this is most likely not the first or only planet with life on it.
Yeah, I fully believe that.
That there's probably been other planets that only lasted for so long because, space, whatever, the sun, hot stuff. Just smart people think.
People ruining things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I never even thought about that.
I knew that a little bit. Just because that's
Did you?
Well, I didn't know.
Yeah,
But that's like something that I think about all the time because
Well, I
of
think
how
about-
big the galaxy.
Yeah,
and the
I think
universe
about
is.
there's
I'm
no
like,
way.
no way.
But I didn't think about like that there could have been already a complete and total civilization start to finish.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I thought you knew.
I just meant life, as in like animals, maybe not
Yeah.
people, like not civilizations.
Yeah, he was saying like civilizations,
That's crazy.
isn't it? Because this
Sorry,
is
I
a
do that thing where I'm starting to dissociate because we're talking about space and it scares me.
this is an arbitrary number. This isn't the I don't think this is the actual number from the TikTok, but he was like, it's estimated that the universe is 400 billion years old and the Earth is only like 3 billion years. And he's
Yeah.
like, so
What came before?
yeah,
The chicken or the earth?
exactly. So he was saying like it's likely that we only have this much time left. And there will be after, and there was before, and I'm like, and he goes, but if we could get to another planet,
That's what they want to do ultimately.
yeah.
I don't think we ever will, though.
And do we need to?
No, let us die off. For the love of God.
We really gave it our best shot.
Right, we did our best.
Yeah.
There's no reason to go live in another. We'll never make it there. We'll never make it there. It's gonna be.
It's gonna take so long to build stuff back up.
done with it. Honestly,
Honestly,
I'm over
can we
it.
leave capitalism here?
Yeah, or just never. Just leave it nowhere. Okay. Also, according to History.com, in the 19th century, Russian high societies would start exchanging ornately decorated eggs, even some that were jewel encrusted on
Ooh.
Easter. For what reason? I don't know. But okay, how did the Easter Bunny begin delivering
Yeah, because I never
eggs?
understood why the Easter Bunny has eggs.
Me neither. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Where do you get these eggs from?
Well, the theory with the most evidence is that the floppy-eared bearer of candy came over with German immigrants.
Okay.
So it says, according to some sources, the Easter Bunny first arrived in America in the 1700s with German immigrants who settled in Pennsylvania and transported their tradition. I like this one way better because it actually tells me like how they fucking got here. I couldn't find anything about
Easter
the
Bunny
Tooth
like sailing a ship over here. He's like Jack
Fairy.
Sparrow.
To the Americas.
1 foot up on the bow of the ship.
Just laying his eggs. He's a rabbit that's part fucking chicken. In transportation, their tradition of an egg-laying hare that they called Osterhaus. The children made nests in which this creature would lay its colored eggs.
I knew that there was a tradition that people would make nests.
Yeah.
For the Easter Bunny to leave shit in.
For the Easter Bunny to shit in.
Oh, please, Easter Bunny, poop in my nest.
Oh, please, why don't you poop in my basket? Leave me some fresh... No, I'm done.
There's an egg. Egg for you.
There's an egg.
Oh, colored jute one for you.
You don't get it. You don't get an egg. You're a bad boy.
Oh, cool. Took that from Santa.
Guess what? He was fucking chickens and Santa the whole time.
Damn, Easter Bunny got around.
Wait, is he a he? Because he's laying the eggs. I think the Easter Bunny's a she. Why have we always called him a he? Misogyny.
Honestly.
It is. Why does the Easter Bunny have to be a boy if he's laying eggs?
Why does the Easter Bunny have to have a gender?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's a bunny.
Yeah. Oh, great. You're going to get people mad. They want non-binary bunnies now.
Oh, that's the news thing.
Ben
Everyone's gonna yell
Shapiro's
at
going to
us.
fucking yell at us.
Yeah.
Listen, these girls. Do you hear what they want? Okay.
Let us have a male bunny. Okay.
Why do you have to change everything? Okay, well, he's a rabbit who lays eggs, fuckers. And he's also me. So, like, I can make him whatever I want.
Yeah. As you continue to call him him.
I can make them whatever I want.
Yeah.
Eventually, the custom spread across the United States, and the fabled rabbit's Easter morning deliveries expanded to include chocolates and other types of candies and gifts, while the nest...
Sorry, I keep laughing. I keep laughing. Why do you want to change everything?
He's such a fucking turd.
Well, that's the argument. Everyone says, "What do you have to change everything?" And it's like, why are you so fucking attached to it, you weirdo? That's the real reason.
Why are you so attached to a fucking fictional character?
Yeah.
You weird motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's why. That's why we can't tell our kids about these things, because they get hyper attached to them, and then when they're adults, they throw tantrums. When you're like,
"Don't take away my stuff."
Yeah,
I really like that bunny.
and the fact that it's male.
It ruins the whole thing if you change it.
Yeah.
I like my men to lay eggs.
I think it ruins it if you make it a male.
Hey, thank you. Okay, so it says the nest they used to do was they switched, and then that's where we get the decorated baskets.
Oh, it's like a portable nest.
Yeah. Additionally, children would leave out carrots for the bunny in case he got hungry from all his hopping. I originally read that as humping. I was like, he's very busy.
Also, I didn't know that people like hid Easter baskets.
Oh, I do.
I didn't know that until I went.
don't do Easter egg hunts. I do a scavenger hunt with
For a
riddles,
basket?
and it's just for a basket.
Okay, well, we just would we would do an Easter egg hunt, but our baskets were just like on the table. Yeah. And then I went with Shane to his family's, and they were like, "All right, find your basket." And I'm like,
What the fuck?
"Why'd you hide it? Where's my basket?"
Give me my
and they're
fucking
like,
basket.
Yeah. But there was no clues. It was just like,
Find your
search
fucking
around
basket.
this person's home that you barely know.
No, I don't like that.
And
at
find your
all.
basket.
That's why I have to do the clues. I don't want anybody getting into any drawers and finding teeth.
Fair enough.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
This says
Sorry.
fair enough.
They're just catching, like, what you're saying is just,
Catching up to you slowly.
yeah, well, I get it, and then it just like comes back again, like a hot wing.
I love hot wings. I'm so fucking hungry right now. Oh my god. Okay, so it says in every country, bunnies aren't the only animal traditionally associated with Easter. Some of them identify the holiday with other types of animals like foxes or birds. So tell us what
Wow.
you
Birds
do
makes
in
more
your
sense.
country. Yeah, birds laying eggs makes way more sense
Yeah.
than rabbits or do foxes.
I think is it foxes a plural or is it just fox?
It says foxes.
Oh, okay.
And this is Time Magazine,
So
they
Time
know what they're
Magazine knows.
talking about. This was from Time Magazine and History.com.
Hmm.
Very good sources.
Incredible.
Yes. So for our final tradition, we wanted to know why the fuck we are so obsessed with ourselves every year on our birthday.
Birthdays.
Because we just had our birthdays. And the amount of people, I know that 30 is like a milestone, but the amount of people who are like, what are you doing? You got to do something big. Do something huge. What are
Yeah.
you doing? Like, I was like, nothing. My one thing I wanted before I found out that Corey bought me a pool. And
Yeah.
so we spent my birthday setting that up, which was amazing because that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
But before that, all I wanted him to do was take me to a bookstore and I could pick out like 1 or 2 books. And that was going to be my
Yeah.
birthday present from him. That's
Yeah.
all I wanted. I was like, I want to go somewhere and have good food, which we had hibachi. It was delicious.
We still do need to have our birthday dinner.
I agree. Can we go do that soon? Corey asked me when we were going to
I
do
wanted to go back to that place again.
Yes.
We wanted to go tonight, and then they had a private event there, and I was like,
Oh.
invite me.
Yeah.
We
wanna
really want your
come.
food.
We'll be your entertainment.
But yeah.
Can you imagine if we were just like hired as entertainment?
Hello.
We just did this
Yeah.
while people were fucking eating. What do you have over there?
Would you guys like to
Ketchup.
see that?
Would you like to watch us while you eat?
Pay
us.
we could have a group mukbang.
Mukbang.
Mukbang. Mukbang. I don't know. I know it's spelled bang, but I think it's pronounced bong.
Oh, how
Mukbang.
fun.
Do you know what that is?
Nope.
It's where people just eat and talk on camera.
I fucking love that.
Yeah.
That sounds like. Can I get paid for that?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just start an OnlyFans.
That's what I was going to do. I was literally going to do an OnlyFans, but just have me eating and like hanging out with people.
Yeah.
Would you guys pay for that? Because seriously, I might do it. And I'll read you stories, you illiterate motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
So, birthdays. Why do we celebrate them? Here's the earliest account we have of a birthday being celebrated. No, never mind. That one's boring. Because it's like from the Bible, which is like, okay, obviously. But it actually came a lot. It came a lot.
Camelot.
What the fuck am I
It's from
trying to say?
Camelot.
Yes. It actually was really rooted in old Greek and Roman traditions. It's
Okay.
where we get celebrations. So there's no distinct moment in which these traditions are cemented, but rather it's a result of like blending of a bunch of different traditions over the course of a bunch of years, which I think is what most of these are. Again, comes from pagan religions.
Mm-hmm.
The Greek and Romans adhered to the now famous pagan. I was really just trying to go quickly and I'm like, maybe if I just smoosh my words together, no one will know. Involving their gods and goddesses, this religion focused heavily on a cycle of offerings and festivals that marked special days. So these days often corresponded to a particular natural or celestial event, and it drew crowds who would give gifts and offerings of food and wine and handmade goods. So this was like the gods' birthdays.
Yeah.
This is how they started birthdays. Then
They were like, we do this for the gods. Like, do you think
it's
we
not
should
for
do this
us.
for like Brad? Or
so then they were like, wealthy members of society was like, oh my God, we should fucking get in on this shit. So then they would start throwing themselves parties. Special days, one day a year. And the events began to be more widespread. The wealthy members of society would gather in their spacious villas and share gifts, food, and wishes with their family and friends on one specific day a year.
wow.
Things such as candles were a key part of offerings and rituals. So they were brought there and people would blow them out and things like that. And these festivals were really large, and there were dozens of festivals in Rome at the same time for different people, obviously. And
Do you imagine having an entire festival for yourself?
I fucking That's like my nightmare. I told you I'm the type of person that wants no recognition on my birthday. Like even people on Facebook being like, "Happy birthday, so happy." I'm like, please stop.
I still think about how I didn't respond to anyone on my birthday.
Me neither.
Know that I appreciate it.
Yes.
I get so overwhelmed.
Well, because I'm trying
that I do
not
nothing.
to. Yeah, I don't want to be on my phone all day, but it's going off constantly, and then I feel like an asshole. I just liked everyone's, but I did not have time to respond to like anyone's.
I didn't
or thank them.
I didn't do anything because in my head I was like, if I like this person's post, then I have to like this person's post, but like if I respond. Because this one was funny with like words and I don't respond to this person's with words, then they're going to think that I don't care about them.
Yep.
And so if I just say nothing to
anybody,
everyone, then I'm just a virtual dick. And that's better than people thinking I'm playing
singling
favorites.
them out.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm the exact same way. So, okay, it was during this period that the majority then of common people, even slaves, began to celebrate certain days that were deemed important to their class, religion, or family with specific rituals that resemble what we do now for modern birthdays. But still, this wasn't those types of people doing their own birthdays. They were kind of still celebrating just like gods and goddesses' birthdays, but being like, we're going to make this selection for just our family.
Just trying to imagine
together.
what a god or goddess's birth was for them to know what the day.
You don't know about how Zeus was born out of Hera's head?
What?
He sprung from her head. I got to teach you about Greek mythology. I don't know if that's him. I think that was him. Poseidon,
I thought Hera was his wife.
Yes, I meant Hercules. Sorry.
Hercules came out of Hera's head.
I believe. No
chance.
No.
No way.
I'm lying to you. Hercules came out of Zeus's head.
What?
I'm pretty sure.
This is wild.
Yeah. I could be wrong about that.
What day?
Who knows? January 4th.
Oh, okay.
He's a Capricorn. Dick.
Of course
just kidding. I'm just
he
kidding.
gives me more Leo vibes.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know his actual birth. And I might be wrong about how I have so many books. Here's the thing with mythology.
Uh-huh. It's a myth?
It is a myth, yes. And there's so many different stories that are like, this could happen, and also, but they would say that this happened, and also, but it could be this. And it's like, okay, so, and they all go by like two names.
Yeah.
It's very confusing. So, during the peak of Roman influence, early Christianity was on the rise, and the earliest Christians saw birthday celebrations and festivals as a pagan tradition to be avoided at all costs. They went as far to write that good Christians should view birthdays with disgust.
Oh my God.
No. Of course, the outlook changed dramatically in the 4th century with the introduction of Christmas.
Oh.
Seeing the popularity of similar Roman festivals.
They're like, well, the birth of Christ is kind of cool.
Right. Well, and, okay, we remember this from our Christmas one that we did. Go back and listen to it if you want to. But it says, seeing the popularity of similar Roman festivals, the church set out to create their own similar festival at the same time as the massive Roman festival of Saturnalia. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
So they would do that. So they were basically they're like, we're going to take these pagan things and make it Christmas. And we're going to take these pagan things and make it our birthdays. But we're still cool with it. Thus, Christmas was born and billed as a celebration.
I thought you said thus Christmas was born.
Thus Christmas. And the celebration of Jesus and his birthday was strategically placed in December to counteract the existing Roman festivities that dominated that month.
Got it.
Dicks. Those guys.
Yeah.
Also, early Christians seem like no fun at all. They're like, festivals and fun times are gross and we shouldn't do it. It's
but
like,
until it,
benefits them in some way.
Yeah, until we can figure out to make it ours.
We're going to steal it. The first mention of a Christmas celebration within Rome was in 3...
Also, I'd like to mention I am Christian.
Yeah.
And
I'm not shitting on new Christians.
Well, the
I'm
only
shitting on
reason... there are good Christians and I guess I can't say bad Christians, but there are people who I think misuse
Christianity.
Yeah, who give like a bad rep. And people probably think I give Christians a bad rep, to be fair. But someone commented on one of our... What did they comment on that you said? They were like...
Oh, they said something like, these ladies are
atheists.
Trash.
Atheist trash.
And I was like, I'm agnostic at best. Don't be fucking rude.
I'm Christian trash. So
What made you think? And it was not even on like our Pride episode one, which that would be the one that I would expect it.
No,
on.
it was an episode where I think I talked about.
It was on the Amazon review one.
Oh yeah.
So, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well,
Why? Because we cuss?
we are trash. Anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely trash. Don't fucking call me an atheist if you don't know me.
How dare you?
But the first mention of Christmas then marks a stark change in Christian attitudes towards birthdays because they're like, Jesus has a birthday. He's a pretty cool guy.
I'd like a birthday.
Maybe there's something to these. So, despite being at odds with the idea of birthdays in the beginning, it is Christianity that oversees the massive rise in the practice across Europe. During the late Antiquity period, Christians begin to celebrate Jesus' birth in December and then begin to celebrate various saints in their births and deaths, including themselves, because they're like, we're saints, right? Sainty. Then monarchs and other important rulers begin to celebrate their own birthdays in their realms, using it as an excuse to hold tournaments, celebrations, and bask in their peasants' adoration.
Damn.
Which is what all birthdays are.
Well, we do have like days off of work for different birthdays.
We do.
We have President's Day because of like 3 of the president's birthdays around the same time. We have Martin Luther King Jr.
That's his birthday that we're celebrating?
I think we celebrated on the Monday, but it's because his birthday's around that time.
Oh, interesting.
I think.
Okay. And then it says, the old Roman and Greek traditions of candles, gifts, gatherings, and offerings were carried over into new Christian traditions for birthdays. And that's pretty much it for birthdays. That's about, I mean, obviously it got brought over here because the English.
Yeah.
Or who we are all,
well,
not all from, but
I never thought of this as a child, but like, I don't think birthdays should be for you. I think birthdays should be for your mother.
100%. Yeah. We could say that as mothers now.
Yeah.
But I 100%
yeah, Mom, you can have my birthday.
Yeah. Who did all the work on that day?
I just came into the world.
Well, to be fair, have you ever seen a birth? That is pretty rough for the child.
I watched. I had the mirror.
Oh my God.
For Ollie, for Forrest, I was moaning like a forest animal.
But can you imagine? Like, that must be traumatic for them.
Oh yeah.
For us,
for sure.
We've all gone through it.
But we don't remember.
No, that's true. Our moms do.
Yes.
It was probably traumatic for them.
Yes.
I can say with confidence as someone who has given birth.
Yeah.
Because, whoa.
Well, I can tell you with certainty that the baby is treated much kinder than the mother is afterwards.
That's so true.
Yeah.
They're just like, let me check your stitches.
Roll over.
Roll over. How are your hemorrhoids doing? Not good, Sandy. Not good.
Pressing down on your stomach. Oh yeah, you're going back nicely. Shrinking nicely.
Shrinking right up for us.
Thank you so much.
Love this.
Yeah, that's all we have. I hope you guys enjoyed this little,
Blast
trip down
of the past.
memory avenue.
Yeah. We did what we could for you. Again, I'm not a grade A researcher, and also
We don't care.
We just settled on this like 2 days ago, so I really had like a few that I read through, and I got the gist of it and what I thought was going to be
if
fun.
If this
and
isn't
important.
like real, do you care?
Do you care?
Are you good? I hope this isn't where you come for like
real factual information.
Yeah.
Don't fucking come to us for that.
No.
Although this is, I mean, do you trust history.com? Because I do.
I trust Wikipedia. So
yeah.
Anyway, I don't have anything else. Do you?
Nope.
Okay.
Good. All right.
That's that on
Tradition.
Weird traditions.
Yeah.
We will. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We love you so much. We will see you next week.
All right.
We're out.
Bye.